Good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm your host, Al Scott.
And I'm nephew, Toby O'Neill.
Eddie Mae's boy, Eddie Mae's grandson.
Yes, indeed.
As always, it's a pleasure to see all you all tonight. I'm going to give God the glory because Miss Renfrey is on time. Sonia's in the house as well. Dana Hudson, she's always on time. Love you guys. We appreciate the love. Appreciate the big time there.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Nephew and I got a lot to talk about tonight. As always, we don't know if we're going to get to it, but we're going to give it our best shot. I'm sure you noticed we was off for about a week. We wasn't looking to come back tonight, but we missed you guys. I think you guys missed us, so we're back. We had to take a break because the donations were not coming in like we needed them to come in to pay for what we do. So we're back, but here's what we're going to ask you all to do tonight, or when you can. Last year we had the same problem where we couldn't meet the bills, and so we went on a campaign to raise $1,000 to help us for the next couple of months. You all came through with that. As a matter of fact, you passed that, and some of you all have started giving already, and I greatly appreciate that. But in order for us to do this, we have set that goal at $1,000 again. We're trying to reach it by the 17th of this month, and that helps pay for whatever we need paid for when we're doing shows like this, and we're speaking with people about their cases. We turned down about 3 last week because we didn't have enough help to look into all of it. It takes a lot of time, and now that Toby's here, Toby don't miss nothing. He's going to find out everything, and which is good when you trying to find out who's telling the truth and who's lying. So we're going to ask if you all can, if you would make your donations through the PayPal app or the Cash app. I know you guys love us. You love what we do because Toby and I, we hear it every day. We see it in your comments and stuff. If we could afford to do it without your money, we would, but we can't. And so, again, we desperately need your help. And that deadline again has been set for September the 17th at $1,000. Thank you all so much. Okay, nephew.
Yes, sir.
Let's get at it. I want to hit Shreveport first.
My city, my city.
My city, my city.
My city, my city.
Someone texted me today and asked me, what the hell is going on in Shreveport? Well, jokingly, I said it must be something in the water they're drinking because it's catching a lot of people. And it looks like it's going to get worse before it gets better. Today, we're at 56 homicides today in the city of Shreveport. We had a 13-year-old was killed a few days ago, right? And I don't know if he was an innocent bystander or not, but I do know he was 13 years old and he was killed.
Yep.
When we say I don't say we have a problem in Shreveport. Some of our leaders don't want to say it. I use the word crisis because that's what we have going on in the city of Shreveport. And until you call it what it is, there'll be no healing.
They don't want to say it because nobody wants to be responsible. And like the thing about it is they don't know how to change it. And like it's really so deep to the point where they don't know how to come at it. They would, you know what I'm saying, as a system. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand the depth of it. Like it and that's what, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't understand when they look to the system and we look to those people, you know what I'm saying, to do something about it. Like they don't know the depth of it. They don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like slavery in the mentality, the slave mentality. Like you have this is a whole different mentality. You have to understand that mentality and then, figure out how to change the mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, what they can do, because it's not a problem that they can solve. It's not a problem that the police can solve, because the whole problem is internal. And just like I said, don't get me wrong, like the system and the oppression and everything like that is the cause of the problem. Mm-hmm. But even in a day right now where there are opportunities and there, you know what I'm saying, there are more, we see more people succeeding and we see more people, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to understand that the people that stay in the mud and choose to stay in the mud and in the muck, it's a mentality. It's a mentality because the opportunities are there for a lot of people, but it's like, just like I said, it's the history of it. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. These kids, like we was talking about today, back to we went back to the lost generation. Think about it. I'm gonna show you how, when I told you before about how, you know what I'm saying, crack. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How crack decimated the neighborhood. Okay. When we talked about how all the parents left their kids and chased the crack and, you know, everything like that, and left kids on their own, and kids were abandoned to foster care and stuff. Like, the key thing that was missing, it cut off that generation with parenting and love. Real love and parenting. When those kids were left and abandoned by their parents, you know what I'm saying, and left to fend for themselves, a lot of those kids, you know what I'm saying, didn't get the proper love, didn't, you know, get the proper, you know what I'm saying? Just like I tell you, the women who I grew up with, who moms left them, like, they didn't learn how to be moms. They didn't, you know what I'm saying, learn how to be young ladies. You know what I'm saying? They ended up having to do whatever they had to do just to survive.
Exactly.
So think about a person with that mentality who's abandoned by their parents and left, you know, basically to fend for themselves in the jungle. And then, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, them to have to adapt to do the stuff that they have to do to survive in the jungle. Imagine that person in that mentality having a child.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that person doesn't know how to love. That person doesn't know how to nurture because that person wasn't loved or wasn't nurtured. And think about it. Just like I said, those kids, if we keep it realistic, were the kids of dope dealers, crackheads, you know what I'm saying, during that generation. You know what I'm saying? Gangbangers, you know what I'm saying? This and that, because that was the generation where we started growing up, you know what I'm saying, making kids. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, with that mentality, to the point where we was out here with the same negative mentality, feeling like we were doing what we had to do because we looked up to the other people above us who was around us, the older people who were doing what they had to do. Whether it was like my kids, I had to change my way of moving because I realized, okay, you being an ex-gangbanger, being a drug dealer at one point, like, your kids are seeing this. Your kids are going to see this. And if you don't stop the whole cycle and start with you and say, okay, let's do something different, they're going to come up thinking the same thing because they're in the same mentality. My kid's mother is from the hood in West Dallas. So she tell them, oh, you from West Dallas, you got to represent a certain way. And, you know, it's like taught. So I had to like, no, like, we have to, stop it. I'm going to have to stop it right here. And the thing about it is, it's not being stopped everywhere else. Other parents in my age range, you know, older, younger, you know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't realized it yet. They haven't realized that this is a cycle that's really, just like you said, it's really genocide because we killing off all the young black males.
Exactly. And I want to go back to one word I think you've used twice, but I know we talked about it today. Sonia, we love you. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate your kind words there. You used the word love, and you were telling me today a lot of what was wrong with the kids, but it went past the kids because then we went to, as you just brought up, we went to parenting. And yes, when I spoke with one of our city leaders today, that came up. It's ironic that you would bring it up because that came up. And one thing we realize is that most of these crimes in our city are gang related. And number two, these are not adults pulling these triggers.
No.
These are our children.
Yes.
And so, with that being said, and somebody might get mad tonight. Well, if you get mad, then I'm talking to you. The truth must be told. Everybody is not cut from that fabric to be a parent, Toby. They're just not.
No.
You put a child in a house, apartment, roof over their head, you feed them, you clothe them. You think you're parenting. You're not. It's deeper. It's deeper than that. The ones that are now having the children should honestly stop. And I'm not being comical. This is coming from my heart, because if you don't know how to take care of things, then don't make the baby. Don't let Facebook raise your child. And when your child get caught up in something, that's my child. I know my child. They will no, you know your child from that child's perspective when they're in that home with you. But when they knock that door, it's another hat that they put on. These are youngsters that are out here pulling these triggers as if it is a legal thing to do. And then we get upset and have the audacity to try to put all the weight on our city leaders and our police department. For the most part, Toby, you and I know this, the police only comes after the fact.
And when people say that, I always think about it. Like, they would have to place a car on every square block in Shreveport for the police to get there when it happens. That can't be done. You know what I'm saying? And we know that. We talk about them in the fact that the worst part about that is once they get there, we don't want to talk to them and tell them what's going on. So we you know what I'm saying, like that. I always say that divide, because it's on us, man. I'm gonna say this. You said love. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize, you know what I'm saying? Like, we think as those mental, you know what I'm saying, kids back then, because our parents, even when they abandoned us and everything like that, not mine, but those kids back then, I'm speaking for those kids in general back then. When their parents came around, they parents said, I did the best that I could. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, those kids who didn't have the skills raise kids right now. And just like I said, to them, putting a roof over their head, keeping food in their mouth, keeping clothes on their back, you know what I'm saying, keeping them in school, you know what I'm saying, the best they can, that to them is love, because they haven't been loved. They don't know how to love. So you think about it, we have a materialistic, you know what I'm saying, mentality when it comes to love as us as black folks. So it shows in our kids, the people that buy the Jordans to make sure, you know what I'm saying, like we talked about, buy the Jordans to make sure their kids not laughed at. Those people love their kids in their heart, in their mind. I provide a roof over his head. He got a game in his room. You know what I'm saying? He got the Jordans. He dressed good. I buy him a little jewelry. You know what I'm saying? That is love to us in the love sense. But in real love, I had to learn myself in dealing with my kids. Real love is two major components. That's discipline and nurturing. And if you look at these kids out here now, they don't have discipline and they haven't been nurtured early on properly, because they don't know how to act.
And look,
they don't know how to.
I have to agree with that 1,000,000,000%, because that's it in a nutshell.
Exactly.
Tracy
so
Taylor,
think about it from this perspective. I'm gonna give you because we talk about the police and everything like that. I'm gonna give you a big perspective, like Michael Jackson would say, they don't really care about us. Okay, think about it. Just like I told you before, if you look at it from a political standpoint, just like I said, because we trying to wake our people up on a political standpoint around here in Shreveport. So if you look at it from a political standpoint, and for those that's watching, that may be political, this one for y'all. If we look at it from a political standpoint, like we like to say, 50 something odd percent of the population is black. Mm-hmm. So just like we say, as we discuss trying to unite our people and bring that 50 something percent or close or whatever that we could get into saying, okay, let's start, utilizing our power in the vote and start, you know what I'm saying, getting people and putting people in places who are going to help us better ourselves and help us with the programs that we get, not the programs they give us for us, because they don't know what to do for us. We create our own programs. You know what I'm saying? We have our own programs. Like, we the guys who've been here, we working on our own programs because we know what we need. But you know what I'm saying? Once if we could get ourselves together to say, okay, let's get those out of position who don't have our best interests in heart. Exactly. Then, just like I said, if they looked at it like that, would they have any interest in stopping our young black males, the generation, the generators of the generation? Would we have an interest in stopping them from killing themselves like they killing themselves?
This is okay with some people, what's going on, because in a nutshell, you're doing what we've been doing to you niggas for the longest, but now we're able to save some of our bullets because you're taking out one another. And so if you tell a child, we talked about this earlier, you get out of the game. You and I know one thing, your child that's in a game cannot just literally walk out of that game today. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. But here's the thing, but when you tell them to put the guns down, and she talked about the Jordans, and they got expensive clothes and jewelry and phones and stuff, and they think these things will make them happy. They only come to satisfy them for the moment because true happiness comes from within. But when we tell them to put the guns down, Toby, you know as well as I do, what the hell are we going to put on the table to offer them to put the guns down?
That's why I say that's where the programs come in. Just like I told you before, I was one of those guys. So when people, you know what I'm saying, used to come to me and try to talk, just like I tell people, number one, I didn't listen to half of the people that came to me because they was talking about what I need to do and what I didn't need to do and just like I said, just like I told you, man, look, before I go to anybody talking about what they need to do, the first thing I need to do is try to understand them, try to get to know them and understand them, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, people in certain positions have to be going through something. Exactly. And just like I said, I've been in that position, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I know people in that position in a sense. And just like I said, it starts young. It starts young. Like I'm going to tell you, Shreveport and people in Shreveport know it's cool in a lot of places. And I hate to say that because I played a part in this, but it's cool in a lot of places right now for them females to say, boy, your daddy was a gangster. Like, and like that stirs. You know what I'm saying? That and that over time, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I know a lot of gangsters around Shreveport, and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, they sons is the ones out here that, you know what I'm saying, probably out here with the same mentality and same lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, that's doing it. But the worst thing about it, is this, that we have to look at on a bigger scale. Just like I looked at over time in my own life. Like, think about it. Those that say they not gonna do nothing now and they can't do nothing now, I guarantee you, if these kids that's out here now with the mentality that they have, keep the ones that's allowed to live long enough to have kids, I guarantee you later on down the line, they're gonna kill one of y'all grandkids, they're gonna kill one of y'all great grandkids or something, because it's a cycle that's gonna continue if we don't shut it down.
You just preach. That's it.
I'm telling you.
I mean, we said some things that some people we know don't want to hear, but the things that you don't want to hear are the things that you really need to hear. When
I'm gonna say this, if you don't want to hear it, then you don't care about it. That's it. That's the only way you cannot want to hear what's being said, because what's being said is basically law.
Exactly.
Like, and I don't speak for the claim the street, speak for the streets or speak for every black. But I tell you this, with the like people say they have contacts. You know what I mean? My contacts are those people. My contacts, you know what I'm saying, are those same people. So I deal with them all the time. So like I can speak on that. Like, and I know what's going on with us, as I call it, because I'm still dealing with my issues. You know what I'm saying, from that time. I'm still working through mental issues, you know what I'm saying, that I, you know what I'm saying, had to deal with over the years. But it's like, though we trying to work together and just like I said, to work our way out of it. But some people are just stuck in it. And they haven't woke up. And just like I said, those are what I call the niggas. Because they just gonna keep living until they die. And like we always say, when they die, they broke, they not gonna leave their family nothing, you know what I'm saying, but a messed up mentality, no money to, you know, accomplish nothing or move on, you know, no property, no, you know, nothing to, you know, better that next generation, and we're gonna continue the poverty ride,
you know,
and the death and destruction ride.
Exactly. We were talking about earlier. We're trying to put all the responsibility on our leaders and our police department. When we do that, what we're doing on the slick is we're letting those raise our children, and we're not raising our children because we don't know how to raise our children. It's more to taking care of a child than being able to buy him or she this. Sometimes you must tell your child no. When I hear people say, "I'll get my child whatever they want," that's a red flag to me, because you have to get your child ready to go out in society where they're gonna hear the word no. Sometimes we have to teach our kids that there's more to us than our pants sagging and our girls wearing skirts up their ass, and as the mama say at a very young age, shake your money maker. Now she's not really looking for a job; she's looking for a sugar daddy, because her mama already told her to shake a money maker. And so then the little do they know that in the early stages of a child, you're grooming that child, you're molding that child, and when you tell that child that he's going to be just like his no good ass daddy running in and out of jail. Okay, well, he begins to feed that, and before you know it, he's living that. He's living that. But you also have to remember, you chose to lay down with that no good for nothing sapsucker. So the worst thing we can do is to raise our kids at an early age to become dysfunctional, where they're sitting and waiting on the government to fix this. We're waiting on the government to fix that. Our kids are our kids. They're not the governments. They're not, you know. But we don't have time to really raise the kids anymore. We don't sit at the table for family hour. You know, even if you're working 2 or 3 jobs, Toby, and when you're at that table one night a week, it has to be family night. And family night means you're going to eat at that table as a family because you're family. There'll be no electronic devices coming to that table.
You know what I'm saying? One of my biggest goals as personal goals, one of my biggest personal goals, you know what I'm saying? Aside from the organization and everything like that, like my personal goal, one of my personal goals in life is to buy me 40 acres of land, to where I could do what I want to do. And you know what? One of the main things I want to do, all of those kids that's in a position like that, I don't care how young they are, like, let them come stay with me. So I'll put them on a farm somewhere and let them do farm work. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? To change the whole mentality, because I know it has to be something major. You know what I'm saying? To change the mentality of and just like you said, the worst part about it is that the development stage is between birth and 3 years old. Like, think about that. Mm-hmm. And from birth to 3 years old, and I look at most of the young ladies in my age group and others coming up at 3 years old, most of those little girls was already twerking and dancing and you know what I'm saying cuss words, and you know what I'm saying, like, for real, like, it was all like the whole environment was wrong. They were seeing stuff that they wasn't supposed to see. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, like I learned later on, I didn't know so many young girls who grew up, just those around me that I knew personally. I didn't know until later that so many people were molested. So many women and girls were molested. And that always messes with me because I don't know. I know that goes on so much. And just like I said, that being added to the mental strain with women and what they going through. And you know what I'm saying? Like to be raising kids. Think about that. Like they pass that type of stuff on to their kids. And it don't get good because it's mental and it's deep.
Sonia says we have to put the truth on the table, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. To God be the glory for that. With what you just said,
I just speak it as I see it. That's it. I speak it as I see it. And just like I said, when we talk about that problem, you my uncle, you know my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, my history. So I speak what I know, and I don't, you know what I'm saying. I don't sugarcoat it because I didn't get it sugarcoated. And when I talk to those people, when I talk to my people, I don't sugarcoat it with them. Okay. And that's what they feel like the government doing. And that's what they feel like, you know what I'm saying, the people doing today.
You know, and that's so very, very true. But yeah, and I've learned in life, I'm sure you have, is that it's just not enough for you and I and others that really want to make the change possible that we know we can have. We cannot leave out the baby mama and the baby daddy, because if we deprogram the child and reposition the child where the child needs to be, the purpose will be defeated because we're sending that child back into that environment.
No, that's the whole thing about it. That's why I say, like, no, think about this though. They had a you know what I'm saying, story not too long ago where the Texas, you know what I'm saying, CPS system was stealing kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could pull the resources together, I would put together an entire farm, an entire, whatever we need to say, give them to us. And we're gonna raise them, and because you think about it, like I tell you on the program that I do. The program that I do is the same thing. Like, it starts with mental, but it also starts with self-preservation, self-love, and self-preservation, knowing how to take care of ourselves. So just like I said, we have to get to that, you know what I'm saying, point where we can take care of ourselves. But it starts with the mental. But think about it. We have to start educating ourselves. We have to start generating our own businesses, pooling our resources together to get our own businesses, hiring our, youth, hiring, you know what I'm saying, the mothers, training them, you know what I'm saying, to do more, to be better. You know what I'm saying? That all of that has to be instilled. Like, you have to start with the mental, but you have to keep pushing and pushing everybody up. That's the thing about it. We say the crabs in the bucket, pull everybody down. I'm trying to pull everybody up, and I'm trying to push everybody up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the more people we get that we can get focused and get, you know what I'm saying, on track, like, you can reach back and help us push some more people up. And that's what we have to do. We have to do it on the grassroots level, because, to be real, a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say this and say that, but you don't have too many people that's willing to put in the work, huh? Because it don't affect them.
Right.
It don't affect them, you know what I'm saying, till the death come to their door. You know what I'm saying? It don't affect a lot of people. And those that's involved, they so mentally, you know what I'm saying, gone and immune to, because they so used to it, to where it don't register. And it's just really registering to me over the last so many years. It's just really registering to me.
But then that becomes a problem within a problem. And so, exactly. What's going on now in this city, it has to be aggressively tackled, because we're losing too many of us. And when you have the ability to respond to any situation, how you feel. But the only thing that you don't have the ability to do is to determine what your consequences will be because of your actions. Now,
I'm gonna give if any politician that's watching, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something that, where you can start with doing something. You have to understand that those people are a totally mentally different breed of people. So before you can do anything, you know what I'm saying? You have to take my motto. You know what I'm saying? And you say my program, my personal mission in life. You can take that as a starting point. The number one thing you have to do, and this is part of my personal mission in life. The number one thing you have to do, you have to help people. You have to help people. You have to figure out how you can help people, because that's how you get to the point where people can open up to you. We talking about our people. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to help people. You have to be willing to say, hey, man, I see you in the strain. I don't know what's going on, man, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could talk to me about it, man, I would like to see if it's the way I can help you. Like, you have to be, and you have to be willing to come through. You can't just be talking about it. You have to be really be in a position, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. When I first got here, my nephew, you know what I'm saying? He was in a position where I had just got here, and I'm going to show you how good they say God is. I had just got to Shreveport. I was planning to move back because I saw my nephew. His dad died. You know what I'm saying? And I came and talked to him, and I see the streets about to gobble him up. And God is my witness. I was there talking to him one day, and I was telling him, hey, man, you need to stop hanging around your uncle, man. You know what I'm saying? I said, your uncle been doing that. You know what I'm saying? What he doing and this and that. You need to stop hanging around. I said, because I knew your daddy, you know, this. And it's like it wasn't a week later. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. I was at his mom's house. Something happened. And I heard gunshots. And I'm like, man. And my sister, like his mom was like, he around there to his uncle's house. She went around there and brought him back. Somebody, you know what I'm saying, had shot at him. Somebody had, you know what I'm saying, came by at his uncle's house and shot at him. And he was panicked. He was, you know what I'm saying, as a youngster. And the first thing he said was, because his daddy was a gangster, and he looked at me and he said, crying with tears in his eyes because he was scared to death. He said, man, they tried to kill me, I got to get him. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't, because that wasn't for you. That wasn't for you. I said, I told you to stop hanging around him. I said, I told you to stop hanging around him. I said, that was God. That was the warning. The warning before destruction. And I got that dude, you know what I'm saying? And I said, okay, this is my first mentee. I took that dude, and just so happened, I caught a remodeling job, you know what I'm saying, when I first got back, because that's what I do. And I took him in there with me. I took him in the house with me, and I'm like, I'm going to train you to do everything I do. That way you'll never have to worry about how you're going to make $1. He started going back talking to the same homeboys that was out there doing bad, that he was, you know what I'm saying, and talking to him. And man, y'all need to talk to my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I want you to talk to my homeboys. And it's like, I need to be in a position to where I could bring them together and start talking.
Right. You know, because everybody can't reach everybody. And
no. I'm gonna say, okay, look, number two, after you in a position to help, when you can make sure he got some food in his mouth, he ain't hungry, he's in a safe environment where it's no gunshots and he ain't worried about nobody shooting in the house. You know what I'm saying? And then when he's in a safe environment and he's got the food and he's got, you know what I'm saying, you have to nurture, which I call inform and be informed. Learn about them, you know what I'm saying? Let them learn about, you know what I'm saying, themselves, and inform them on, like, there is no limit to what you could do if you set your mind to it. Like, we have to inform them. We have to, just like I said, get something real in that computer that they hold in the palm of their hand. Let them search some of the great people that have used their mind to do great things, you know what I'm saying? And let them know that they can do the same things. We have to take their mind off of, will I survive? Will I have something to eat every day? Will somebody be shooting in my house tonight because my brother is out doing something that he ain't supposed to be doing? Will I go to school, you know what I'm saying, and somebody try to bully me or fight me because I don't have the right shoes on? Like, we have to inform them of something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And then once we start doing that, the final phase, then is to start building them up.
Exactly.
And building us up.
You know, some of our decisions that we make in life are not do-overs. You can't do it again. And so every time, and I hope some of the gang members, the youngsters who are listening tonight, you all in Shreveport, send them the video. If you kill me, you really kill more than me, because I'm dead, and in a very strange way, you've killed some members of my family and those that love me. So once that bullet comes out, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. So we got to teach them to think about what they're thinking about, and just don't do what they're thinking about, because there are no do-overs with this. When Cynthia and I had been back to Shreveport for maybe a week or two, I don't know, and we were just getting ready to step out of the door. I think we was going to Walmart, and we got a call from nephew, and he said our nephew had just been shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that. And when Cynthia and I was heading to the Pines Road, and then we had to go here to get my nephew that called us. But coming off of the interstate west, I saw a paramedic coming, and he had a police car with his lights on, extremely close. And when I looked at that, I said, they're in there trying to save my nephew's life. And that's what they were doing, but it didn't do any good. That right there tore the family up. But one thing I'm glad about when it comes to media is that I never really spent a lot of time with him. I actually thought we were separated in our lifestyle. But when I moved in with my oldest sister, and him and I began to talk, the brother was deep. The brother wanted to go somewhere. He had done some things, but he'd seen enough, and he was trying to go somewhere. But when you hear, and I got this from one of our leaders, when you hear that first scream, you watch 48 Hours. When you hear that first scream, that mother's coming out. That's the worst scream. It is. People are going to scream after, but that first scream, that's the one. And you tear that mother down because her child is no longer with her. And I got to get the youngsters to see the other side of killing somebody or shooting somebody. I need you to go look at this family before the funeral. And I want you to look at them and sit with them in real time and watch their tears. And realize this: if you don't get it together, your family will soon do the exact same thing if they're not sending you money while you're locked up at David Wade or Angola.
But the thing about it is, just like I said, that has to be told to them. But then very few people, or that it's very few people that can tell them to where they're gonna listen.
That's it.
And that's why I told you from the start. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be the thing. You know what I'm saying? With now, even with me, because those guys, you know what I'm saying? Like the guys that's out here now, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared of them guys because these youngsters don't know me. I don't know none of them. You know what I'm saying? They would whack me like they would whack anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, in the right setting, you know what I'm saying? Like I would go and talk to them. And just like I said, the thing about it is, like I said, when you say we gonna get together with some city council members or we gonna get some like they can't talk to them. All they can do is stand up in there and look stiff and make them uncomfortable. That's all they're gonna do because they still make me uncomfortable.
And I can understand that. You know,
They still,
I've been to
they still make me uncomfortable.
and me too. I've been to prison. You've been there. And I said that to say this. I don't want someone talking to them that wrote a book about you and I, about or how things should be. I need my expert will be that individual that lived that lifestyle. That's the expert to me. So when you and I are putting together what's called a workshop, yes, then there's no police officers that's going to be invited, and then there'll be no city councilmen for one of these programs. They can't come back. I want people to come there to talk to them that understands them. And
the gap is too wide. The division between the people and the know what I'm saying, the system is too wide. That's why I say think about when I talk about a plan. We have to, know what I'm saying, come together as a city and put together a separate arm to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, know what I'm saying, put together. That's why I said we have to put together the plans and we have to put the people in place to deal with them. You know, because they deal on a certain level and our people don't trust them. And our people, you know what I'm saying, don't trust the people that say they represent us because they don't represent us. Well, and just like they say, how can you represent you? I don't know you. I don't know your people.
You know what? That reminds me of a book. I think the author was B.B. Campbell. The name of the book was Your Blues Ain't Like Mine.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know, and I can feel that.
I'm telling you.
Hi, Louise Arroyo and Miss Knight. Good evening to you. Love you both. Big time. Toby, we're running out of time. So let's do this. Because I know you have a subject that I really want you to bring up. Because I didn't know until you sent it to me. And I want to get into that, but quickly, if we have to go over, then we go over tonight. When we look at, and I'll be very brief about this, voter suppression. Some Republicans in this country should be arrested. This new voter suppression, it came about because of one low-down, dirty, insignificant sapsucker who cannot accept no, who cannot accept your loss. The big lie has opened up Pandora's box, and Texas racist governor just signed a bill that should be illegal into law. Voters that we've been begging to get up off their butt, Toby, and go vote. They showed up in the last election, and they're scared the people. They're scared the people. It scared them. But voter suppression, I don't care. You can try to sugar it up, put a little cream on it. It's illegal. It's illegal, and you're targeting people of color and Democrats. This should not be going on in the United States this day. And Trump didn't just become the only reason that they're doing this. This has been them for the longest. We just now seeing it. Smoke
screen.
So we
smoke screen. Yeah, bullshit. Smoke screen.
Yeah, here's the thing about bullshit. Smoke screen. It's gonna hurt a lot of people.
That's people. That's people that continue to believe and indulge in the system. Well, and you know, just like I said, that is some infighting between Republicans and Democrats. And you know how I feel about
right.
them.
And so you and I, and
you know how I feel about them.
Right,
so,
right. Like you and I and many others may know that, but even knowing that doesn't do anything. That we know what's coming from it, but it's going to hurt people of color. It's going to discourage them from voting. This is what they wanted. So we
heard them back then. Heard them back. If we need to put the message out now, then you know what I'm saying, and we need to get some people together now. We need to start figuring out now who we can run on the independent ticket. You know what I'm saying? In the next 4 years. And we need to make them real mad then. We need to get back at them. For all the people that voted and feel like, you know what I'm saying, they suppressing our rights and they don't want us to vote. Let's say, fuck they whole system altogether and let's all get together and nominate people independent and let's vote for the independent party. Let's go under the independent ticket and say, fuck the Democrats and the Republicans. I bet they'll really shit on themselves then if y'all, us coming out to vote, you know what I'm saying, made them want to change the laws and everything like that. Let's really fuck them up. Let's change the game. Let's come together now. Let's, you know what I'm saying, organize. Let's choose our own candidates and let's, you know what I'm saying, start running them now and getting the word out now for our people that, hey, we're going to vote for these people because we, you know what I'm saying, feel like these people can do a better job than the people that's in there. And let's get ourselves together and let's use social media and let's use all the tools that they use to unite our people. You know what I'm saying? And let's really make them mad. That's how you do that.
I like
if
that.
we're not going to do that, if we're not going to do that, then I'm not going to talk about it because it's just going to make my nerves bad. And I don't need my nerves riled up.
Negro, you made me go off screen. That's it though, brother. Okay, look. Tell me. Gonna make your nerves bad, huh?
This is gonna make my nerves bad. And you know I'm all about the action. So if we ain't gonna do nothing about it, ain't no use complaining about it.
Do you see Timothy Davis down there, nephew?
What'd he say?
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Alaikum assalam, man. Yes, sir.
I love you.
And see, and see that just goes right there. Because you think about it, like I am not Muslim, I am not Hebrew, I am not Christian, but I can speak to my people and I can talk to my people.
Come on. And so that goes back to
I don't care what religion, no nothing. That's what I say. That's the difference between me and your favorite politician. Yeah.
Because it's a bad thing when you're not approachable. It's a very bad thing. The three cops. I think it was in Philadelphia.
No, that was Aurora, Colorado.
Okay,
I forgot the guy's name. I didn't know what I'm saying. Get a chance to grab. I grabbed the wrong notes. But what was the guy's name? Let me see.
So you grabbed the wrong note.
I did.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on to something else then.
That'll work.
Okay. Where you want to go, brother?
Hold on. Nope. I'm finna get this info.
Okay.
Because I want to.
And it's something that I too want the people to hear this evening. And so, my nephew searched for that. The bottom line, if I was going to sum it all up for the night, it's simple. Raise your kids.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The guy, you know what I'm saying? Elijah McClain. That was the worst case. And that, remember the case we talked about with the girl? Where they called the police and said the girl was dodging in and out of cars and she may have been suicidal.
Exactly.
Okay. This guy, Elijah McClain, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody know. The guy had on a mask, a face shield. You know what I'm saying? Walked to the store. The guy is different. He, you know what I'm saying? I believe he has something going on, but the guy is different. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell by the confrontation because they showed the video. But this is so crazy because, and I had to go over this with my 8-year-old son, and I'm going to tell you what he said. But these, you know what I'm saying, this guy walked to the store and was on his way back home. Some random guy called the police and said, hey, it's a guy out here with a mask on. He looking sketchy. He might be, good or he might be bad. The lady said, did you see a weapon, anything? No. You know what I'm saying? The police showed up, 3 policemen. And I let my son see this because my son is 8. He wants to be a policeman. I let him see it, you know what I'm saying? And they approached the man. He immediately started grabbing on the man. The man said, wait a minute, I'm no different. I don't like people, invading my space and everything. Like they immediately, like the girl said, the guy made her uncomfortable. They walked up and started grabbing at me. 3 officers.
They sure did.
You know what I'm saying? These 3 officers grabbed this man. This man was steady telling them, "Hey man, I'm uncomfortable." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't did anything. And like my son see, because he's 8. They wasn't a, "Hey man, excuse me, sir. We got a call that, said that it was a suspicious guy with a man." None of that was said. None of that was said. They immediately got out and got aggressive with that guy. And just like I said, took this guy down. Right. 3 officers.
Mm-hmm.
3 officers. You know what I'm saying? One of the guys applied a choke maneuver to this guy. And I'm gonna tell you the crazy part, because they showed the body cam and everything. And I say this, if you look at all of the cases of police brutality where it was physical like that, and especially now in the body cam age, where it was physical like that with those officers right there, there's always a time when one of those punk ass officers say he went for your gun. That's some punk ass bullshit.
Come on.
That is some punk ass bullshit. For real. But and just like I said, 3 officers took him down. And if you look at the video, these are 3 trained officers. That little man, I don't know how big he was, but 3 trained officers. My son watched it. 3 trained officers took him down. One choked him until he went unconscious. But the killer part about it was, while they was grappling, 3 trained officers was grappling with 1 man on the ground. The guy made it even worse and made it seem worse because he got on the speaker and said, "Send some more units. We're fighting him." Like the dude was just like, they had the man down on the ground. But that right there too, that's covering their ass. He's fighting us. Man, it's 3 of y'all. My son watched this and he was disgusted because he wanted to be a policeman. They choked the man out. And then, just like I said, still talking to him crazy. The man down there throwing up. You know what I'm saying? And they still talking to him crazy, talking about they gonna do something, threatening him, and then told the medics, give him a dose of some medicine that can put him out unconscious.
And he was underweight for that medicine.
And they gave the man too much medicine, and the man died. The man died. And just like I said, they indicted everybody. That's the beautiful thing. I hope they get charged for murder, but they don't know how it's going to be. But they indicted the officers and they indicted, the paramedic.
The paramedic. So
they indicted all of them. And just like I said, I'm gonna tell you, to sum it up, when I talked and showed my 8-year-old son that up, I told him when he gave me his response, I said, I'm gonna have to mention that on the show tonight if we talk about that subject. My 8-year-old son, who wants to be a policeman when he grows up, told me those guys ought to arrest themselves, because that's not what a policeman did. They did the exact opposite of what the policeman was supposed to do. They were supposed to serve and protect, and they did the exact opposite. They killed that guy.
Right. But
I said exactly. They should arrest themselves.
Exactly. It was also cold that night. Right? It was also cold that night. It was cold outside.
Yeah. But see, the thing about it, the thing about it was, they didn't know. They found out later, the family, said the man had a condition to where, he wore the mask. He had a medical condition to where he felt like if he wore the mask, he wouldn't, take in as many pollutants. He probably knew something, because now we all wearing masks. But
you know what, right? And here's what I think they should have did. I listened to the 911 tape. First of all, he hadn't committed a crime, and you will see a lot more people out there with that same damn mask on. So why mess with the brother? And he hasn't done anything. Sometimes as a police officer, you can use your discretion, but when it comes to us, we do whatever we do. And I asked you the other day, do you think that we're seeing more of this because of social media and our cell phones? But you went way back and I think you said No, it's not an increase. And you explained why it wasn't an increase in what the police were doing.
No, it's not an increase because it's the only thing is different. It's just like I told you with, you know what I'm saying, the DNA testing. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, since they started the DNA testing and they started testing people cases that was already in prison, look how many people they've exonerated. Remember, we talked about that the other day. They got 300 and some people that DNA test proved that y'all convicted innocent people and put them in jail, put them in prison. Some of them folks been in prison. Some of them folks was on death row and everything. And just like we talked about, we can't even count if they just started doing it in 86 or whatever and clearing people. What about the people that they already killed and you know what I'm saying, sentenced to death and killed? How many of them, you know what I'm saying, were innocent? They didn't get the, you know, the benefit of DNA testing.
You know what? Yeah, and I can't remember the brother's name, but I think he was from Freeport, Louisiana. He was on death row. I think the case was about him killing a white woman. Well, and I'm gonna try to pull up tonight, so I have it tomorrow. Just can't remember everything to it, but I think they said that he had raped the white woman or beat her or something. So he went to prison, right? But here's the thing: after he was executed, the truth came out. She called her husband's name. So with too many wrongful convictions, how can we give an okay for the death penalty? Now, how many people told me if died?
No, I'm gonna give you one better. Just like you said, it was DNA, but it was also, just like we said, the cell phone video. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening more. It's being caught more because more people have cell phone videos, and more people are aware and they paying attention. That's all. It's been going on. It's been going on. Do you remember the video I showed you about the guy in the library?
Yes.
The guy exercising his right. Just because he didn't take no smack from him and he knew his rights, he ran those officers so hot to the point where they forgot when he walked away. And the body cam, they cameras caught, and they body cams and recorders caught it. But he told his other officer, he said, man, 5 years ago, he would have been down on the ground with his teeth kicked in. And he said 10 years ago, he would have been, he said 20 years ago, he would have been dead. That's an officer talking to another officer. And just like I said, that officer had been on the force 20-something, 30 years. But he telling the other officer, 5 years ago, when there was less cameras and everything, we would have put him on the ground and probably kicked his teeth out. But and 20 years ago, think about it. 20 years ago, it wasn't no cell phone cameras as popular as it is now. So then they would have, killed him, and they would have got away with it.
Because it's been done times and times before. Because there's Michael Brown and others, George Floyd. What about the Michael Browns and George Floyd that didn't make the news for whatever reason?
Think about it. Think about it. Just like I said, that is the royal fraternity of policemen. That is the biggest gang in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Backed up by the feds. Think about it. Anything that they criminalize, they have the right to destroy. We've been criminalized a long time ago. They continue to push the music that criminalizes. They continue to push the media content that criminalizes, and they keep, treating us as criminals. They are taught the bad guys.
Exactly.
Just like I was showing my son. They don't even. It's to me. It don't even seem like they're being taught to serve and protect. It's like they're being taught to go after the bad guys. And it's like bad guys in their eyes, in society's eyes, usually are around us. They look like us. They're kin to us and everything. So by definition, that makes all of us criminals in their eyes.
Every time they see us. That's exactly how they see us. And so when the cop comes and said,
we received a call about a suspicious person. So there's no need for a black man to ask any damn question because the suspicious person is anybody black walking down the damn street. If
But
they even receive the call.
tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this though. Any one of the city councilmen, any one of the policemen, you know what I'm saying? Anything, if you let me know what I'm saying, if you let me dress you, and you come to the hood with me, I'll go to the hood with you. And I'm a real hood dude. If I take you to the hood with me, if you don't leave, I don't leave. So come down, and if you can't do that, you can't, you'll never know what's going on. You'll never, you know what I'm saying, win the trust. You'll never, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll have to be a mediator if you're not gonna come for yourself.
And you know, and that's why I keep saying this here. I know some get upset. All these prayer visuals, you can have them until a river meets the sea. That's not going to stop one damn bullet. All these we got to go, when we go back to black on black crime, that we're going to march and say, stop the killing, stop the violence. If you just go back and look at history, which is always your best teacher, that shit ain't never worked. It's never worked. It's never worked.
Most of the churches in the community, you know what I'm saying? How do those people feel about the churches? They feel like it's the devil's up in the church. So that's why they shooting at the, you know what I'm saying, prayer rituals and stuff, because they feel like the preacher's coming over there, the voodoo them or curse them or something. That's why they trying to make them get on down. They ain't doing nothing else over there. You know what I'm saying? For real. They ain't doing nothing but try to get them to come in there so they can get a few coins. They ain't going out there. Rev ain't put on no clothes, you know what I'm saying, and dressed like us and went down there and talked to them folks and asked them folks what he need. So how you gonna pray for him?
Exactly.
What they gonna do for him?
Exactly.
What they gonna do for him? If you ain't gonna do nothing, if you ain't gonna try to figure out what's going on with him and figure out no way to really try to help him, what's praying for him gonna do? Shoot, come on, man. Come on, huh? Just like I said, everybody that's sitting back praying, I appreciate your prayers. But come on, like look at the murder rate. Look at the murder rate. Is it helping? Is it helping? If you get some results, I'm saying if you get some results, give me some results, and I start praying with y'all. I'm telling you. But I want y'all to come and get with me, get with us. And let's go out here, man, and talk to him, man, and figure out what's going on and figure out how we can help him, man. I think that'll be better than praying.
Keep talking, I gotta take a sip.
Amen.
Amen. So what the hell was I gonna say?
To all my prayer warriors.
Oh yeah, watch this.
I'll pray for us.
We've had two stop the violence rallies to where one was praying before he could say amen. Boom, 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 boom.
Man, get off around. Man, get off around here with. Man, get out around here with that. You don't come around here till the camera's rolling. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to get some more coins, or you trying to get elected or something like that. That's what that was.
And see,
get on away from around here. You ain't over here trying to do nothing to help nobody.
That's it. And
you over here trying to benefit off what's going on.
That's it. Because if you just look back on how many times somebody has prayed. So evidently that's not working, or either we're just praying and not going out trying to change things for the better. So you can hold hands until the river meets the damn sea. That's not going to stop anything. The rallies, and someone is getting ready to do one, I think this week. I'm not going to say anything public about it, but they know, don't send me no invite because I'm not coming. That's bullshit.
They trying to raise some money.
That's it, on the slick. And look at now, y'all don't have to, but you got a church home. Well, look, you welcome to Mount Canaan. We'll accept you. Yes, y'all. So you're campaigning for your damn self on the slick.
That's, hey man, it's just like I said, our people know it. Our people know it, man. Y'all out there be I ain't speaking nothing on you, but we talked about the last couple of little rallies that done got gunfire. We don't wish none on that on y'all. I'm gonna pray for y'all that y'all be all right, but that ain't hipping.
It's
That
not
is not
happening
hipping.
because when we walk through the neighborhoods, I've never could understand what that really means or what exactly it should be doing. And I guess I can't figure it out because don't a damn thing change. If anything, nephew, sometimes it gets worse. It's okay to say you don't know what to do. Just say it. Just say it. Because all you're out there doing now is a damn photo op. And as you just
That's all it is.
so lovely put it.
So you can get the news to come out there. And they can put your name up there. And just like I said, like that's cool. That's cool. I don't knock it. But then, that's not really helping because the problem continues.
It's not. But they get angry when you say this because you're messing up their hidden agenda. And I'm talking about a lot of our black leaders in the city. They have a hidden agenda. They don't want the people to change. They don't want the people to wake up.
Just like I tell you now. Then I just tell you, any one of the city leaders that want to dress up, let me dress them to where they can blend in and go in the hood and talk like we could do that. But you think about it, like I volunteered to do that, and I also volunteered that if I go, I'll make sure you get back safely. But think about it, like why would I have to do that if those people represented those people? If those people represented those people, they could be able to go over there. They would be able to think about it. We saying black representatives, like the people over, like those people don't represent these people. Those people don't even know these people. Those people, like think about it. Like how can you be a black leader for a community that you don't know the people in the community?
And you know what?
You know a few people. You might have been raised up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't know the community. You don't know the community. Obviously, that needs help. Or you done lost touch. You done got too far into the politicals or into the whatever to the point where you lost touch.
Exactly. And there's two things that they have to remember. One is that you must be approachable in whatever area you're in. And number two, police officers coming to your neighborhood in full gear, that's not going to get it. And number three, the people that you need to be talking to, they won't be there listening. They won't be there. So it's like you're talking to a brick wall. If you can't relate to them, your conversation is meaningless. It's meaningless. And you can't just go out there and say, God, don't do this. God, they don't want to hear that right now. They don't want. They don't want to hear that. Right. These are killers. So you got to meet them where they're at. You have to.
They lost, man. They lost in the jungle. And just like I said, in the jungle, whoever is around them, you know what I'm saying? They told them just like they told me. They like, it's kill or be killed out here, kid. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it how you live. And the key thing was, them niggas don't love you, so you can't love them niggas. And that's just the mentality they got.
Exactly.
And just like I said, due to the fact that, like I said, a large percent of them of descendants of gangsters, like my daddy probably did it. You know what I'm saying? My mama probably told me my daddy did it, or my cousin did it, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's a mentality. So it's like to think about it. Like we even more so with the music and everything like that. We look at all these rappers and everything going to prison on these charges and everything. Like that's still considered a badge of honor. We got to know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm the guy that has to go back, you know what I'm saying, to my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, and tell the dudes, look, man, I came from where you came from. But as like we say, as a big homie, because just like I tell, I'm gonna give you a little gang rundown for these gangs. You know what I'm saying? Like gangs started, just like I said, to protect the neighborhood and to protect the people in the neighborhood. When they introduced crack cocaine into the gangs, then the gangs became drug organizations that fought other people for their territory to maintain their drug territories. But as the gangs get older, you know what I'm saying, you look at, you know what I'm saying, the gang members like Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that. the protection of the hood and to see your brothers win and see your brothers do better in life, that was still the mentality. The only thing it is, we was in a negative state. We was in a negative environment doing negative shit. So it transported and it made all of this negative. But when I came to my senses, I realized it's the same mentality. But it's just like you have to show the youngster, like, okay, man, I know you representing, you know what I'm saying? But this shit is wrong. This is not how you represent. Because if you represent, your ass finna be gone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you have to represent different. And then when he say, okay, what you representing, like I gotta have, you know what I'm saying, some live little stuff, you know what I'm saying, some real live programs, some real, because I can't turn him over to none of them folks in the system, because soon as I take him and say, hey man, here they want to talk to you, he gonna account in it. Oh man, I ain't trying to, yeah, like we have to have our own programs. We have to have our own program. We have to have our own people in place. We have to have, just like I said, be in a position like I was with my nephew to bring him on, to teach him some carpentry skills, teach him how to, you know, work on some houses, work with an electrician, work with a plumber to learn different skills. I have a few mechanics, you know what I'm saying, that I want to put some guys with, you know what I'm saying, to try to, you know what I'm saying, here, mentor him, talk to him, teach him something,
okay,
tell him
right.
something different.
We got to get out of here. Cynthia's standing there looking at me, so that means
Okay.
The time is over. I ain't scared, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scared. You know, I'm just trying. Look, I'm kind of work together. So before we get out of here, to all the families in Shreveport that have lost loved ones through violence in the city, you have our deepest condolences, especially to the young man, I don't know his name, 13 years old, was killed a couple of days ago. You have our condolences. The bottom line is we got to uproot the lives, and we got to reposition our children. They've been positioned wrong.
Yes, mentally.
We have
to destroy that program and reprogram, literally.
That's it. And this requires all hands on deck. I see so many people don't say anything about it or care about it until I think you said it tonight. It hit home.
It takes a village, really. It do. It takes a village. It takes, you know what I'm saying, getting with them, identifying where they need help, and nurturing, and just like I said, showing them a different route. Because like I said, if they don't know anything, if they live long enough to have kids, what are they going to teach their kids? And just like I said, if we keep ignoring it, one of their kids going to kill one of your kids, or one of their grandkids going to kill one of your grandkids. Like, it's a cycle.
Exactly. And so, you know, we all have to play a role in whether you're in Shreveport or not. You know, what's going on in Shreveport is going on wherever you
any hood USA.
Exactly. Okay, listen, before we go, again, we had about 6 stories to bring you all tonight. I think we only got to 1, maybe 2, I don't know. But guess what, we'll try to bring it back tomorrow. Before we get out of here, seriously, we're going to ask that you will make your donations to the PayPal app, Cash App. We are low on donations, and if you like what we do, and I believe you do, because you tell us that every day, and you send emails and inboxes, and we greatly appreciate you for that. But we have a goal to try to reach $1,000 by September the 17th. Some of you have already started giving. We put that link out earlier today. That will help us out a lot. That will keep us on YouTube. Toby and I try our best not to give you sugar-coated shit cookies. We keep it 100. We're here to change or take down mainstream media, because they're just filling your head with lies and stuff. So if you like what we're doing, we want you to share the videos. We want you to talk about it, but we need some money. So please, if you all can, donate to the Cash App or PayPal. For other ways that you can donate, you can call 1-877-755-9115. I hope some of you all will help us out tonight. Remember, I'm not always right. You're not always wrong. With Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow night. I'm going to leave it with Eddie Mae's grandson.
Thank y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate any help y'all can see. Have a good one.
Tim, love you big time. Keep it 100.
See y'all tomorrow night.